Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my New Year's Six Bowl and college football playoff predictions. This is the last prediction video for preseason for college football. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to start off with the New Year's Six game. We're going to start off with the New Year's Six games not involving the college football playoffs. And first game we're going to do is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. By the way, I am a big fan of Chick-fil-A. Their chicken nuggets are pretty good. But anyways, I have Boise State versus Texas. This is a no fixed team conferences in this game. It's at large versus at large. I have Texas winning 42-27. Boise State's my team to represent the group of five. The reason why is because I think Boise has a harder schedule, unlike Memphis, who I think has an easier schedule, and I think Boise State's loss is going to look better than Memphis. Memphis's loss. So I think it comes down to Boise State and Memphis, but you have to give Boise State the nod. Just looking at the teams and everything. So that's why Boise State gets the nod. I do have them losing, unlike last year. The group of five representative won the bowl game, but I think this year I think the group of five representative is going to lose, and that's Boise State. I have them losing this game 42-27. I think this game will be close throughout three quarters, but then in the fourth quarter, I think Texas pulls away, and I think Texas will finish their season at 11-3. So, and Boise State will be 12-2. So that's why I think of the Peach Bowl. I think it'll be a nice game to watch. I just think at the end of the day, I have to give the nod to Texas pulling away late in the fourth quarter. Next game is the Fiesta Bowl, the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. I have a PlayStation. I like PlayStation. This is an at-large versus an at-large, and I have Miami versus Michigan State in this one. I think Michigan State gets the nod over Ohio State in the New Year's Six Bowls because I think people are going to look at Michigan State. Ohio State and Michigan State are they're each a two-loss team, 10-2 being Michigan State and 11-2 being Ohio State. But I have Michigan State beating Ohio State, so I think they're going to go to the head-to-head, and they're going to think Michigan State's the better team, and I think Michigan State gets in the New Year's Six Bowl over Ohio State. I have Michigan State winning this game 21-20. I think it will be a fun game, kind of a low-scoring game a little bit, but I think Michigan State and that defense will get by Miami. I think Miami will definitely hang in this one to the end. I think it could be Miami misses a late field goal, even a walk-off field goal. But I have Michigan State winning this game 21-20. I think at halftime it'll probably be 10-7 Miami, but Michigan State I think scores 2 touchdowns in the second half and wins it. So that is my prediction for the Fiesta Bowl. Next game is the Rose Bowl. This is a Pac-12 versus a Big Ten. So I have the team I have losing the Pac-12 championship. The runners-ups, Arizona Wildcats versus the team that won the Big Ten, Wisconsin. I think that Wisconsin. I think they're gonna blow out Arizona. I really think Arizona is in a weak Pac-12, and I think as you saw, it's going to kind of show against Wisconsin. It's going to show against Wisconsin, but it kind of showed it against Washington. So, I believe I had the score for Washington, 34-16, Washington over Arizona. The score I have 34-13 Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin's offensive line is the best in the country. I think their defense is gonna be very good as well with Wisconsin. I see Wisconsin probably getting out early, 17-3, and not looking back. So I have Wisconsin winning the Rose Bowl, and the Big Ten wins the Rose Bowl. The All-State Sugar Bowl. This is SEC versus Big 12. Um, I think per se, I'm just gonna say it now before we get to it. I have two teams in the SEC in the college football playoffs again. So we're looking at the third best team in the out of the SEC, and I think that's Mississippi State. Oklahoma's the best team in the Big 12. I don't have any teams in the Big 12 or Big 10 in my college football playoffs. Um, but so I think it's gonna be Mississippi State versus Oklahoma. I think this is gonna be a shootout. But I think Mississippi State's gonna get the win here. I think they get the win. Maybe like a late field goal. I think these teams are gonna just go at it. It's gonna be smash mouth football on both ends, and it's gonna be a really fun game to watch. But I think at the end, I think Mississippi State. I just have a gut feeling will win the Sugar Bowl. So big win for Mississippi State. They're very talented. There's a lot of talent on that team. Mississippi State is probably going to be the best 10-win team outside maybe Michigan State in college football. So let's say the second best 10-win team in college football, in my opinion. So I think Mississippi State, I think they win the Sugar Bowl 38-35. So now we're going to get into my college football playoff predictions. Before I get started, I'm going to say my seed rankings. Number 1, I have Clemson. Number 2, I have Washington. Number 3, I have Alabama, and number 4, I have Georgia. So 1 Washington, 1 Clemson, 2 Washington, 3 Alabama, 4 Georgia. So I have 3 out of the 4 teams in the top four as of right now getting into the college football playoffs. Washington's ranked number 6. I have them sneaking into number 4. So let's talk about the 2 games now. The Orange Bowl, I think, will host Clemson versus Georgia, or Georgia versus Clemson, rather. I think this will be a fun game, actually. I think Georgia will hang in there. I think Georgia, I think they'll hang in there. I feel like Clemson might get out early 10-0 or something like that. But after that, I think Georgia will get focused again and hang in there. So I do have Clemson winning though, 31-25. I think Clemson's the better football team overall. Even though it's one game, so who knows what will happen. But I think Clemson's better than Georgia, and that's why I'm picking Clemson, 31-25. So Clemson will be in the championship. Who would they face, Washington or Alabama in the championship? And I have them facing Alabama in the championship. The Cotton Bowl will be Alabama versus Washington. I have Alabama winning this one, 21-9. I think it's going to be a low-scoring defensive affair. It will be. I think Washington. I think they'll look better than they did last time when they faced Alabama in the college football playoffs. Because Washington didn't really look on the same field. Shouldn't have been on the same field as Alabama. But I think this year they will, even though the score kind of doesn't say that. I think what's going to happen is that it's going to be at halftime. I think it's going to be 14-3 Alabama. I think Washington kicks 2 field goals in the third quarter. And the fourth quarter is 14-9. And I think Alabama, with about 4 minutes left, scores a touchdown pull away and win this one 21-9. It's going to be a defensive affair. I don't think there's going to be much excitement on offense with this game. But I have Alabama winning this game 21-9. And then my championship is Alabama versus Clemson. And I have Clemson winning. The championship, by the way, is at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, where the 49ers play. But I think, personally, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a lot of defense in this game, not so much offense, but I'm going with the better defense in this one. Clemson's defense is better than Alabama's. I think the defensive line is better. I definitely think the secondary is better. The linebacking core, I think I would probably have to give to Clemson as well. So, give me Clemson in this one, and defensive game 17-13. I think halftime the score will probably, I think it will be, let's say 10-6. I think it will be 10-6. Clemson, but then I think Clemson really buckles down. And I think at the end of the third quarter it'll be 17-6 Clemson. I think Bama scores a touchdown midway through the fourth quarter, but then they can't really do anything as I think Clemson holds on and wins this one 17-13. So my prediction on record, and you can hold me to this, the national champions will be the Clemson Tigers. So that's my predictions for the 2018 college football season. Tell me down below. What do you think? We have all the conferences done. You can go watch those videos. And basically, I'll be doing a lot. Starting tomorrow, we'll be starting NFL predictions. So stay tuned for that. Also, we're gonna be analyzing a lot of game predictions as well. So, anyways, thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. And this is McD the Beast signing off.